Welcome back, everyone, to another video. Today, we're talking about something very exciting, at least something that's been asked of me several times. What video editing software do I use? Now, this is an important question because no matter what you're doing on YouTube, you're going to have to edit some video or you're going to have someone edit it for you. My suggestion is just learn how to edit until you get big enough where you could hire someone that edits faster and probably better. In the beginning, just edit yourself. Now, I'm going to go over some programs that I use and some of the ones that are, mainstream that everyone's using right now on everything from TikTok to YouTube to, Reels, whatever. These are the most common software, and I'll tell you which ones I've used and what I think about them, okay? Let's start off at the top. Let's start off with what I used to use. Back in the day, around 2005, I was doing some public access stuff, and I was editing with what was the big program at the time, and that was Sony Vegas. I had Sony Vegas back then, only did a handful of videos, nothing real, but, time goes and I start doing videos again in 2016 for YouTube, and I needed a video editing software, so, Vegas, that's what everyone uses, at least that's what I thought. Times had changed in the years, and nobody was using Vegas anymore. Well, I kept using it for about a year and a half, because I sort of knew it, and it sucked. It sucked really bad. Other programs were much easier and less buggy. I'll tell you what I had a problem with. So I would be editing on Vegas, and I'd use an asset. They had all these assets you had to pay extra for, but they wouldn't tell you needed to pay for them until you edit it, and then there was a little black line through whatever you used that was theirs, right? Like a transition or something like that. It sucked. The other thing was it kept crashing on me. I'd be in the middle of editing. Editing a video back then used to take like 5 hours. I would be editing and it would just stop. So I'd have to turn off the program, sometimes turn off my computer and reload the software. And I'd usually lose about 20 minutes of my work because it only saved every once in a while. So that became a problem. Most programs now, if your system crashes, it records right where, you pick up right where you left off. There's almost no change. Back then, it would just do it like every I think it was less than that, or more than that. I think it was like 20 minutes. But anyway, I contacted the company, and they kept telling me it was my computer. I tried on 2 different computers. I actually went out and bought a third computer with no other programs on it than Windows, uploaded their software, same garbage. Got online, everyone's complaining about it. They were doing nothing to fix it. By this time, it had been sold to a company called Magic, and I haven't used it in years. I don't even know if it's still out there. I don't know if they fixed it, but who knows? Don't use Vegas. I wouldn't, at least. So takes me to when I start YouTube and what I was using after Vegas. And that was Premiere Pro, because that's what everyone used. I mean, that's the one they make movies out of these days. So I started using Premiere Pro. It's a good software. It's a little more complicated than I need for what I do. It's overkill. So I didn't use half the stuff on it. And it was kind of a waste, and it took too long to edit, so I was on the hunt for something else. There's another problem with it. They charge you a monthly fee. Now, you could buy all their apps, After Effects, Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, and a few other ones, and that's like $59 a month, every month, all year long. I think if you just get the video editing, it's like $29.99 a month. So, you got to pay that every month. Who wants a subscription? If I buy software, I want to own the software, and I want you to leave me alone. Well, in comes DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve, first of all, is free. So you could start using it. It's a dumbed down version of the real one, but they're very similar. A lot of ways. I think the color editing is way better in DaVinci Resolve. So take that for what it's worth. But you can get DaVinci Resolve for free. If you want the paid version, it's like $289. That's up to you. It's a hell of a lot better than $59 or $29.99 every single month. Now, so DaVinci Resolve is, in my opinion, a better option than Premiere Pro, mainly because of the cost, and it's not Adobe. Now, after that, let's look at the Mac ones. They have a program called iMovie, which is free. You could start using iMovie right now if you have a Mac. I think it's on all the iPhones and iPads too. It's a very, very basic editing package or software or app, whatever you want to call it. And it won't get you far. I mean, you'll be using it for a little bit, but you're going to have to upgrade pretty soon. And that takes you to Final Cut Pro, which is Apple's main flagship video editing program. It's pretty good. It's a little funky, but it's definitely good. And you pay for it one time. And that one is $79.99. And that is it. It is yours. And you don't have to buy another one. That's it. You could add other packages onto it, and there's tons of things you can throw on there. But Final Cut Pro, I really like it, but I found something that's faster, easier, and I use that one. We'll get to that in a little bit. So those are the three big ones: Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro. Now, you start getting into these other ones. Now, if you have an iPad or a mobile device, they have one called LumaFusion. I take LumaFusion over just about anything. Now, also on the iPad, Premiere Pro Rush is on there, and then they have DaVinci Resolve, the whole program. It's not some dumbed down version. It's like on there for you. And then there's a Final Cut Pro iPad version also. So you're using an iPad or any other kind of tablet, great. Use it on there. iPad, or only iPad works with Final Cut, and Mac. So keep that in mind. Now then you get to these two other programs that are very interesting. There's CapCut. CapCut is owned by ByteDance. ByteDance is the company that owns TikTok. TikTok's about to get banned. I don't know if it's going to be pulled from the ashes after it gets banned or whatever, but right now it's looking pretty grim for TikTok. Well, ByteDance owns CapCut too, so I don't know what's going to happen with it. Probably nothing. It'll still be there, but it's a pretty good program. That's what a lot of people, especially if they're doing mobile things, are doing. They're using CapCut. Okay, now CapCut is relatively inexpensive. I think it's $9.99 a month, and you can buy upgrades for it and stuff like that. But they have a free version too. Most of these softwares do have a free or trial version, but they'll leave their watermark, the company's logo, down at the bottom of all your videos, and it sucks. I hate that. And if you use that and it's always on there, it's going to take away from the quality of your video. Everyone's looking at you as like not serious because you couldn't pay the $9.99 a month. Okay, so there's that. So CapCut's really good, but there's one that's similar to CapCut, in my opinion, is the one I use. It's called Filmora. It's by a company called Wondershare. Now, I didn't know anything about them. Years ago, they offered me a sponsored video, but I don't do tech review and stuff like that on World According to Briggs. So I was like, no, that's not what I do. So they thanked me and went about their business, but they also gave me a free trial, and I used it, and I really liked it, so I bought it. So I've been using Filmora. Now, my son, when he edits World According to Briggs videos, he uses Premiere Pro. What you're seeing this on, I edit it in Filmora. So see this little thing right here? It's called a sticker. Got all kinds of them. I just put them up there. And that's just a pick up and drag to wherever you want it on the thing. You can move it around. It's really neat. It's really easy. Filmora is one of the easiest programs I've ever used to edit video, and it's affordable. I mean, they do have a perpetual license, which I think is $79.99, which kind of shady a couple of years ago. I bought the perpetual license, and that was for like Filmora 11. And then they came out with Filmora 12 and wanted to charge everyone the licensing fee again. And everyone's all, wait, I bought this Filmora perpetual plan. What's the deal? They're all, well, this is a new product entirely. Like, that's a scam. So they got in a lot of grief for that one on the internet, and people that had whole channels devoted to Filmora quit doing that, and they just said, I'm a CapCut channel now. If you want to learn how to do CapCut, come here. So yeah, Filmora kind of backtracked on that and made it, if you want to upgrade to the new one, I think it's like one-time charge, maybe $9.99, something like that. That was about 2 years ago. I don't know what they're doing now, because I have a perpetual license and I'm not worried about it. So that is definitely the one I use, and it is very, very functional. It's easy to learn, and it's fun. I actually find it fun to do that. Matter of fact, when my son edits a World According to Briggs video, he sends it to me. I drop it into Filmora just to see if there's any tweaks I want to make and add my little stickers if I need to, or any extra texts, because it's easy on Filmora. So that's the one I would recommend to everyone. Now, there's one other one that should probably be mentioned, and that is PowerDirector. PowerDirector is, I think it was by Cyberlink or something like that, or Cyber something. Anyway, so this company comes out with that one, and it was on a lot of Microsoft computers, So if it had Windows, it came pre-installed. They don't do that anymore, but it's a pretty easy program to use, similar to Filmora. So I liked it, but I think I like Filmora better. So that's what I go with. Now, those are the ones that you probably want to look at if you're serious about YouTube. But there's another category, free software. Now, like I mentioned, you have CapCut has a free version, DaVinci Resolve has a free version. You know, they got their free versions, but some of them are literally just free. One of them, like, well, I guess it's not free, but Canva. Canva is a great place to do any graphic art you need, anything like that. Make t-shirts, design logos, make flyers, make your thumbnails, which they got a lot of templates for that. But a lot of people have Canva. Well, they have an editing software that's kind of dumbed down. You got all these companies that have their own editing software, like DJI and GoPro. If you buy a product for them, you get their editing software. Insta360 has one as well. So there's a lot of free options out there. I would read up on them. I don't know a lot about most of them because I just pay for it because I don't want to have to deal with, you know, watermarks and things like that. And sometimes they only let you, you know, like edit 30 minutes a month. So you can only like do 2 15-minute videos all month, or you got to pay for the plan. So, you know, it's just weird. So yeah, that's what you want to look at. If you're looking for editing software, I would suggest Filmora or CapCut or DaVinci Resolve. Okay. Now, if any of those float your boat, just go to their websites, just type in that program, and you will find tutorials up the yazoo, more than you can imagine. I mean, I see new stuff all the time on Filmora, so that's a great option. All right, everyone, have a great day. Be nice to each other.